Welcome, Yogi fam. I'm Lise, and today we're going to be focusing on healthy, happy spines. We're going to begin in a very intense, edgy kind of a posture called Paschimottanasana, with legs extended in front of you, feeling the grounding beneath the bottom body. And we'll begin by reaching the arms overhead. Exhale. And gently draping head, neck, and shoulders toward the earth. And allow this vertebra in the spine to melt over your long legs. Not changing the breath, but beginning to notice the breath. I invite you to be with your breath, be with your body for this practice. As we focus on all 6 directions of the spine, the forward fold, the backward extension, the side-to-side lateral movement, and also the rotation of the spine. These are the 6 directions that our spine can move in. And you can imagine this practice today, it's like we're oiling hinges so they don't get rusty, so they don't get stuck and squeak and speak to you, so that we increase our range of motion, which in turn increases our mobility and our stability, also our flexibility. All the abilities remain intact as we age when we practice the 6 different postures of the spine, moving fluidly. Notice how the breath massages your belly in this bent over posture. Maybe you can find a way to let the head, neck, shoulders relax and drape down towards your mat. And it's okay if you're not folded in half like a bougie napkin at a New York restaurant. Even if you're this far, just go as far as it feels comfortable in your body today. Go with your flow. It's your practice. Just encouraging that nice forward flexion and following the breath and feeling the connection with your mat, with Mother Earth. We're going to hold this edgy posture just a little bit longer. So continue to follow the breath. Our spine has 33 vertebrae, 7 cervical spine. This is in our neck. 12 thoracic vertebrae, and 5 lumbar vertebrae. These are all mobile vertebrae. Then at the very base, holding us up, supporting our structure, we have sacrum, which is 5 fused vertebrae. They don't move. And beneath that, 5 fused coccyx vertebrae. That's our tailbone. So today we're, of course, focusing on the mobility portion. The lower vertebrae are less mobile. As we get toward the head, there's more ability to move. Following this natural breath, not forcing it, not changing it, just arriving on your mat and folding and melting and letting go deeper and deeper. Kitties are allowed. And doggies too. And keep following the breath. So in the lowest part of our spine, the lumbar spine, there's only about 5 to 10% ability to move. The thoracic vertebra moves about 30 to 35%. And the cervical spine has the most, so that we can turn and look side to side. 70 to 90%, not quite like an owl. We can't see directly behind us. Yeah, I was thinking about this as I was preparing the flow. I think that we can't look behind us because past is history or herstory, and the future is a mystery, so our eyes can only see so far. And I think that we're meant to stay in this present moment, not just mentally, but physically too, as this spine is a column of stacked bones, one on top of the other, holding us straight onto the earth. In between each of the vertebrae, something called the intervertebral disc. It's a cushion. And even now we're squeezing and squeeging out that cushion in between. And when we unleash gently and slowly, which we'll do now, slowly lift up your heart, rise up like you're moving through honey, carefully and kindly. Notice the unleashing of your spine. And then plant your palms directly behind your hips, fingers pointing to the hips, and bend your knees, feet hips width distance apart on the mat, and just gently take some little windshield wipers side to side. Yes, nice. Just letting go, feeling of tension in the back, and allowing those cushions to push back up again. It's very juicy for your spine. Now with the hands planted into the mat, press into the heel of the palm and the heel of your foot and take a nice deep breath in, press up, find a reverse table. Yes. Now if it's comfortable, you may just allow the head to drape back. One more full breath here. Exhale, lower down, gently, carefully. Good. And then send your legs long. Come all the way onto your back. We're going to take our Shavasana now. And settling down the spine, honoring the two curves that we have that are very obvious. There's a curve in the back of our neck, and there's a curve in our low back. So not changing that curve, just honoring this spinal column for this entire practice. Now noticing how that feels in your back as all the juices begin to flow in and around the ligaments, the cartilage of that spine. It's these juices that contain our inner pharmacy, sending vitamins, fresh plasma, ground substance, fibronectin, hyaluronic acid, collagen, all the things we hear about in the news today that come in little pots at the apothecary. They're already in us. And in these simple movements, we can allow them to flow and do their job inside. Beautiful. Now take the feet to the wide edge of the mat and allow the knees to come together like a tent. Left hand over the heart, right hand over the low belly. Take a nice deep breath in. Draw that breath all the way up the spine like water through a straw. And as you do, notice how the low belly bowls out and the chest. This is called yogic breath. Let's begin. Breathe in, nice and deep. Fill up the belly first. Feel the shift in the diaphragm. Fill up the chest all the way to the top, your collarbones. And then through your mouth, let it go. Soft and slow release. Let any tension or agitation flow out with it. Let's take another breath in, all the way from the base of the spine. Long, slow, deep, nourishing breath. Allowing that spinal flow all the way to the crown. Fill up. And this time with the lips sealed, let it go through the nose. Feel the belly drop a little bit. And one more time, nice deep breath in through the nose. Fill, fill, fill. And release through the nose. Wonderful. Then bring the knees all the way to the chest and just take a little gentle rock and roll side to side. You might like to take some circles with your knees, giving your low back a little massage after that intense forward fold. And then rocking and rolling back and forward a few times, feeling the curvature of your spine. And once you get to the top of your mat, feet come together in butterfly. So the soles of the feet kiss together. Just send the heels out about 1.5 feet in front of you and take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, fold toward the front of your mat. Bow your head. You don't have to tuck your chin. Just allow yourself to drape forward. And breathing in and out. Maybe watching your belly fill and release. Maybe eyes are closed. And one more full breath in through the nose now. And out through the nose, making a commitment to begin this Ujjayi breath. This wave-like breathing throughout the rest of the practice. Gentle, tranquil Ujjayi breath. As you rise up, bring the palms outside of the hips. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose as you circle. Arms overhead, palms together. And as you exhale, bring the thumbs to the heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. As you exhale, left hand comes to the right knee, right arm comes behind you. Turn and twist. Feel that spinal rotation. Exhale as you look off the back shoulder. Press the heel of that right palm and the center of that right palm into the mat. Find the length from the tail to the crown. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, twist and turn over that shoulder. Let all that air out. Coming into the second variation, spinal rotations. Now inhale, arms rise, come together overhead. Exhale, switch sides, nice and slow. Left hand behind you this time. Finding that placement of the whole palm on the mat, exhaling, looking behind you. Pressing again into the heel with that palm. Maybe a gentle pressure on the outside of that left knee as you twist and turn. Inhale, rise all the way back to center now. As you exhale, dive forward. You can keep your palms together if you like you're actually diving forward. And exhale, lower down all the way onto your back and bring palms right behind your head. Take a breath in here. And keep your knees wide and your elbows wide as you breathe in. Exhale, draw your chin towards center. Imagine you have an orange here, a nice juicy sun-kissed orange, so you don't collapse and dump everything into the lower part of your spine. That's it. And inhale, open wide. And exhale, left elbow comes across to the right knee. And inhale through center. And exhale, draw between your knees. Inhale, center. Exhale, right elbow to the left knee. And inhale, center. You're not lifting all the way up. You're not even touching your knee. You're just headed that direction. Exhale, back through center. Wonderful. And inhale. And then place the soles of your feet on the mat, arms alongside body. Inhale, lift up your hips. Bridge and hold and breathe. Pressing the flat of your hands into the mat. Maybe the upper arms have a little pressure. Nice broadening across the collarbone. Pressing up with each breath in. Last breath of 3. And exhale, slowly and gently come back down onto the mat, articulating each and every spine, vertebra. Yes, and then draw the knees into the center again and rock and roll gently about 3 times. Adding in a little compression on that spine helps to prevent osteoporosis. Come right back to Baddha Konasana. Arms wide. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, thumbs to the heart center. And inhale, sweep the arms up again. As you exhale, left hand to right. Exhale as you gaze back. Take that second breath in, find the length. And again, exhale. Look off the back shoulder. Inhale to rise. And switch sides. Switch and plant. Exhale. And again, inhale, find the length. Exhale. It's okay if you don't turn all the way around. We're just headed that direction. Inhale, rise up. This is where we dive. Exhale, let all that air out. Forward. Feel the whole curvature of your spine. Try not to dump everything into that lumbar spine. Then on the same inhale, slowly come back and interlace the palms behind your head. Big breath in here. Widen the elbows and knees. Exhale through center. Inhale to open. Exhale, right side. That's it. Notice what you feel. Inhale, center. Exhale, right elbow to left. Try to not squeeze your elbows or tug on your neck. Use your belly. Come back through center. Exhale. Inhale. One more time each side. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, center. And exhale, rise between the knees. Inhale. And exhale. Twisting, turning gently. Inhale again. And supporting the spine as we continue to stimulate the muscles along the spine and the core. And now bring the knees together. Plant the feet. Plant the heels. Arms alongside body. Inhale. Lift up your hips. Find your bridge. And breathe. 3 breaths here. Deep, strong breaths. Last time. Inhale, up, up, up. Exhale, gently articulating each and every vertebra down, all the way down. So the lumbar, the sacrum. Maybe you counted every vertebra, 33. I didn't. And bring the knees together and rock and roll forward and backward 3 times. 3's a charm. Cross your feet. Plant your palms and come into a nice cat-cow here. And begin right away, inhaling. Belly falls between the knees and the palms. And exhaling. Finding that angry or stretchy cat-like back. And again. Lifting your gaze on in-breath. If it feels right for your spine, if not, you know what to do. You take care of your body. Don't press or strain. Let it be slow and gentle. It's still challenging. And come back to a neutral table here. And wag your tail. As you wag to the left, maybe you gaze off the right shoulder. As you wag to the left. Or the opposite way. Gaze off the opposite shoulder. Back and forth. Just gently jiggling and wriggling that spine. Every which way. To keep it young and healthy. When you're ready, tuck your toes and come into your first downward facing dog. And then start to take your doggy for a walk, bending one knee and the other knee. Maybe gently shaking the head, yes. Maybe shaking the head, no. When you find your dog with your heels extended toward the back corners of the mat, lifting your hips high and gazing between your knees. Eyes of the elbows facing each other, palms find a nice grip and as though they're pulling that mat apart. Nice, strong downward facing dog. Let's take a nice big deep breath in together. Open your mouth, let go with a sigh. And sealing the lips back to that nice wave-like ujjayi breath. The next in-breath, rise to the tippy toes. And as you exhale, take a little walk to the top of your mat. Plant your palms on your shins, gaze up about halfway. Exhale to find that forward fold. Maybe you grasp either elbow here and just gently glide from side to side. Hello, my friend. And then when you're ready, plant the left palm just in front of your feet, right in the center. You might bend deeply into the left knee and inhale to extend the right arm high. Maybe your gaze follows. Gentle twisting and turning. Exhale, sweep through center. Plant the right palm. Switch sides. Gaze up. And exhale. Palms down. Inhale, rise all the way through center. Circle your arms. Big palms come together overhead. Exhale, thumbs to your heart space. Another moment to feel your center. Maybe pressing the knuckles gently against the center of your breastbone and feeling your heart beating. Tuning in to that rhythm inside of you. Maybe closing your eyes. Really feeling what it feels like to be in this equal standing pose. When you're ready, again, circle the arms overhead. This time the right hand grasps the left wrist. And as you exhale, reach up and over as you twist all the way to the right side. This is a lateral side bend. And this is another way that we bend our spine. And take another breath and stay here. Reach a little bit further. Maybe you gaze up. Feel that whole left side body open. The rib cage expands, the muscles between the ribs open and relax. And then inhale, rise up through center. Switch your grip if that serves you. And then as you exhale, again, rise up to reach over to the left side. Maybe you gaze up. You don't have to. Do what feels good in your spine. Another breath in, reach a little further. Or stay where you are. And exhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with palms planted and lower down. You can lower the knees, or you can just lower down through chaturanga. Keep your elbows nice and close to your body. Yes. Inhale to find your up dog. Just allow this pubic bone to gently reach toward the mat. As you gaze up, feel that nice stretch on the front side of the body. And tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale to rise up to the toes. Exhale, tap the knees down, and then the chest and the chin. Keep your elbows tight. You might look like a grasshopper, like I do. And then send the feet back. Knees, ankles, toes together, hips down to the mat. Press gently into the palms as you reach the elbows back toward your hips. This is cobra pose, gazing forward, alert like a cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, forehead down. Let's do it one more time. Gently pressing into the mat, finding your cobra, and then releasing the palms from the mat for one full breath. And feel those back muscles engage. Lift you up. Exhale, palms down, forehead down. Bend the right knee. We're going to roll onto the left side. And as we do, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, dive toward that left foot. Feel gentle stretching. It's in our QLR, quadratus lumborum, or QRL. One of those abbreviations. It's a small muscle here. It's a very particular small muscle, not easy to stretch. Keep breathing here. And last breath out. On the next breath in, lift the arms up. We're going to find Ardha Matsyendrasana, spinal twist. Take the right hand behind your right hip and take this left arm outside of the right knee. Turn and gaze off the right shoulder. You got it. It's another spinal rotation. Breathing in. Notice how the breath feels in this posture. Finding that length in your spine. Like we did with the seated twists. And last exhale. As you inhale, both arms come out in front and sweep them onto your mat again, onto the left side, onto the belly. Forehead down. One breath here. Advasana. When you're ready, bend the left knee and roll onto the right side. Sit up. Reach the arms all the way up overhead. Sits bones are down, rooting down into the earth. And exhale. Reach those prayer hands forward over that long leg. The left knee might open up a little wider to give you some space. Breathe and feel. Maybe you feel that tiny little quadratus lumborum muscle on the other side. It's in the very back of the hip. Imagine that every day you brush your teeth to keep them clean, to keep your smile clear and healthy. And it's like this when we practice yoga and we use these spinal postures in particular, some of them more intense than others, just as though we're cleaning our spine, we're flossing between our spine, keeping the cushiony parts of our spine healthy and filled with nourishing fluids. Inhale, rise up. As you exhale, the left hand comes behind and the right elbow comes across the left knee. Exhale, turn and twist. Maybe that right hand is straight up with fingers together. Maybe you find a mudra, yogi's choice. And breathe in again. Find the length from tail to crown. Use that back hand to help position your spine nice and erect. Exhale. Twist a little more. Turn your gaze a little more. Beautiful. You're ready to inhale. Sweep the arms back out in front of you and place yourself onto your belly once again. This time, elbows bent, forehead on the back of your hand. Notice how the spine feels, especially the lower spine. Notice that. Those muscles on the back of your hip, when these muscles are strong and loose, there's not a lot of time or space for pain there because they're strong, they're happy, they're nourished. Just notice what that feels like. Good. Then when you're ready, plant your palms and rise all the way back through table and tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. And move gently into your dog and do what you need. A little knee bending, a little turning and twisting. Inhale, rise to the toes. And exhale, send the heels back down, gaze between the knees. Set yourself up. Inhale, extend that right knee behind you. As you exhale, bend that right knee and draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, extend it back up again. As you exhale, step that right foot between the palm, and as you do, lower down the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Keep reaching until that left hand finds your left heel or the back of your left hip. So again, yogi's choice. It's a reverse on the knee. Now, as you take another full breath in, cactus open this right arm so that you're drawing that right elbow toward the right side of your mat. You'll feel a deeper stretch across the chest. Lift up your heart. One more breath in. And as you exhale, both arms come overhead. Crescent on the knee. Tuck the back toe. And as you exhale, surround the right foot with your palms and scoot the left foot back up toward you just a touch as you come into a pyramid pose. So take a breath in, gaze forward, open up your lungs. And as you exhale, allow your heart to melt towards your thigh and reach your arms behind your back body, interlace your palms and reach your arms away from your low back. Keep gazing between your knees and breathe. One more breath in, reach. And exhale. Now, take a nice deep inhale breath as you rise up slowly, lift up your heart. Keep the palms interlaced. It's a balanced move. And keep drawing the knuckles down toward the back of the mat. Little back bend here. Lots of collarbone broadening happening. Heart lifting. Good. And then reach the arms all the way up overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to come into a revolved triangle. So the left hand comes inside the right foot or outside the right foot, yogi's choice, or on the right foot. And inhale to extend the right arm. Little known fact, the thoracic spine can find a larger range of motion in a forward fold. That's why you see yogis doing their binds in forward folds. like this one, or like an extended side angle. One more breath in. Nice. And as you exhale, listen carefully. You're going to drop the left knee toward the outside of the outer blade of the right foot. Sit back, arm behind you. Once again, a seated spinal twist, this time with both legs bent, gazing back. And breathe in. Find that length along the spine, the danda, the staff, the rod, the spine, and circle back. I'll plant the right palm, step onto the right foot. Now you can come up this far if you like, or you can open up to a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, maybe gazing up the left fingertips. And hold and breathe. As you exhale, plant the left hand. Giant step back with the left foot, bend deeply into the right knee. Sweep the arms overhead, reverse your warrior. Called exalted warrior. I guess because it feels so good. Reaching, lifting your heart. Maybe you reach this left arm down the back leg, or maybe you take it behind your low back. Yogi's choice. Beautiful. Now as you breathe in, find a strong T, both legs straight. And exhale, reach the right arm toward the top of the mat. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. This time the right hand reaches somewhere inside the right foot, the right shin, the right thigh. Opening, drawing the knuckles of the left hand toward the wall behind you, feeling that heart opening more and more, maybe gazing up the left fingertips. As you exhale, bend into the right knee again, plant the left palm and roll gently onto the left side body. You could take a side plank here, or you could put the left knee down, take a supported side plank. It really doesn't matter. Concentration here, the focus here is on the spine. So just reaching that right arm up and drawing it back behind you. Why am I out of breath? This is a breathy practice. Opening, I guess we're stimulating our lungs. At least I am. Does that mean I'm talking too much? Don't answer that. Plant the right palm. Bring both knees together and press back, child's pose. Forehead down. Another breath here. And let it go. When you're ready, rise up, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. And exhale, bend that left knee, give your knee a smooch. And send that left foot back up, three-legged dog. Steps all the way between the palms, lower down the right knee. Sweep the arms overhead until the right hand makes a connection with your low back, with your right heel. Left arm lifts. And on the next in breath, let's cactus that left arm, left elbow wide. When you do that, you might feel it pinching behind your angel wings, and it helps to lift up your heart. Maybe your head drapes, but beautiful. As you inhale, find crescent warrior on the knee, both arms straight up, gazing straight ahead at your kitty cat. Oh, hi, did you bring me the bird stick? We're busy right now. Sorry, bye. And then when you're ready, tuck the right toe. I was talking to my cat, in case you weren't watching. Tuck the right toe and maybe scoot that right toe up a little bit as you fold forward. Heart to thigh. Now continue reaching the palms behind you. Interlace them behind your back. Let's take a breath in first. And as you exhale, fold deeper. Draw the palms away from the low back. Reach up and breathe here. Gazing between the knees. Holding steady. Last breath in. Nice, and release the breath. And as you rise up, lift up your heart. And then draw the knuckles down behind you, taking a little baby back bend here. Gazing up, if it feels right. Broadening across the clavicle, the collarbones. Nice. And then release the palms. Inhale. And gently find that crease in your waistline here. And reach forward right into revolve triangle. Plant the right hand and extend the left hand. Gazing up. Another breath here. Nice. And as you inhale, lift up your chest and drag that right knee to the outer edge of the left foot. Sit back. Left arm behind the left hip. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, right elbow across the right knee. Gaze back. Find your mudra of choice or not. Big breath. And unwind gently. Plant the left hand and find half moon. Opening up the right side body, gazing up toward the right fingertips. Maybe you point your toe, maybe you flex your toes towards your heart. Yogi's choice. Do what feels good in this body. Bringing that length all the way from the spine outward. Expanding from the spine. Nice. As you exhale, bend deeply into the left knee. Giant step back with the right foot. Sweep the arms over and find that reverse warrior once again. Breathing into the left side body. Feeling the expansion there, sending the breath to all those little intercostal muscles. We have muscles between each pair of 6 ribs. 2 of our ribs are floating. Sending the breath there to expand and open all those muscles. It makes it easier to breathe off the mat when our muscles are pliable. Good. Inhale, strong T, straighten up arms and legs. Exhale, send the left arm over the back of the mat. Find your Utthita Trikonasana. Utthita means intense. It's an intense triangulation. Gazing up off the right fingertips. Maybe even feeling this right hip turning and opening up toward the sky. Another big breath here. Nice. And then exhale, look down, bend deeply into the left knee. Plant the right palm this time and find your version of a side plank. Lift up your arm. Gaze after your arm, fingertips. One more breath. And exhale, turn toward plank, lower your knees, and sit back, child's pose. Plant palms, come to neutral table, and inhale, extend the right arm up. And exhale, thread the needle. Take that right hand under the left arm. And then decide what you'd like to do with the left hand. Maybe you'd like to take it behind your low back, like so. Maybe like to send it long on your mat and just gently apply some pressure to the very outer edge of the heel of your palm, if you know what I mean. So like fingers are pretty loosey-goosey. Center of the palm isn't pressing down, it's on that outer edge. There's actually a bone there called the stylus. You can Google it. When did this turn into a science lesson? I'm sorry, but I just want you to feel that press into the outer edge of the heel of the palm. You can feel that stretch all the way into the underarm. Oh, it's so juicy. You can close your eyes here. And then plant the left palm under the left shoulder. Withdraw the right hand, look up, reset. Wiggle the right wrist, fingers, and plant the right hand. And extend the left arm, lift it up high, look up. And exhale, thread the needle. Other side. And let your left cheek rest on the mat. And then whatever you did with your arm on the other side, do that with your free arm on this side. I did both. First I put it behind my low back, and then I found that long stretch, pressing in to the very outer edge of the heel of my hand. In fact, that little wrist bone, and opening up the inside of my underarm and the muscles across the top of the scapula. Ooh, very specific. And you might feel it there. You might feel it other places too, like the knees might be talking to you, or the belly. Just notice where you feel it. One more breath in. Plant the right hand under the right shoulder. Inhale, press into the right palm. Reset that left arm. Rotation, a wiggle. Yes. And come all the way onto the back body. And find Dandasana here. Palms gently beside your hips. And as you take a breath in, press into the palms. Press the sits bones down. And breathe into a proud chest, as though you're going to lift up your bottom with your hands. Press, gaze forward, broaden across the shoulders. Exhale, lower. And then when you're ready, come all the way down onto your back. Bend your knees, hips width distance apart, and take the right foot across the left knee. And reach between the keyhole. And maybe you reach for the back of the left thigh here, figure 4. Or maybe you reach for the shin, left shin, and maybe you use your right elbow to draw that knee away from you. You may close your eyes. Figure 4. You can let go of that breath pattern. If If it feels like time for you in your practice, feeling that nice solid ground beneath you from the back of your skull. Maybe just gently turning the chin closer toward the chest just a little bit to feel that nice alignment in your spine. Notice how the spine feels. Last breath. Planting the sole of the left foot and taking a breath in here. And exhale, allow the sole of the right foot to come outside of the left knee. Maybe bring the arms to a wide T. Maybe gaze off the right fingertips. Half Lord of the Fishes. And breathe in, back to center. Bring the palms underneath. Inhale, rise up onto the left foot. One last bridge in figure 4. Exhale down. And let's switch sides. Sole of the right foot on the earth. And take the left ankle across the right knee. When you're ready, dive through the keyhole and find your place of purchase. Maybe the back of the right thigh, maybe the front of the shin, doesn't matter. And gently lower down, find the length in your cervical spine, honoring that curve in the back of your neck though. Notice how the sides are different. You may use the left elbow to open up that left knee just a little more, to provide yourself with a little more intensity if that feels good right now. And breathe into that intensity, that stretch, that release. You're just getting out any last tangles, wrinkles. We're getting the wrinkles out. That's what makes this a spinal longevity flow. Keep breathing here. Nice. And then gently release the sole of the right foot onto the mat. Arms come to a strong T. One breath in here. As you exhale, gently glide to the right side. Let that sole of the left foot plant and turn and gaze off the left fingertips. We take care of our spine in this way. We give ourselves more freedom. Freedom to move in our everyday lives, standing, bending, folding, twisting, turning, being able to look in our blind spot when we're driving, all of those things. Keeping ourselves healthy. And then come back to center, arms alongside body. One last little bridge. Press into the sole of the right foot. Rise up. Open that left knee. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down. And send the feet overhead like a candlestick. And you may take an inversion here. Maybe you'd like to take plow pose, halasana, reaching the toes beyond your head. Gently unwind. Bend your knees toward your underarms. And grasp the outer blades of your feet and just gently rock side to side, maybe straightening one leg and the other. Again, feeling along that spine, massaging. Yes. And when you're ready, make your way to Shavasana. Maybe the palms are up or down. Once again, honoring those curves, those natural curves that you have. One under the low back, one under the neck. We are naturally curvy beings, some of us more than others. Honor those curves. There's beauty in that. I like to end this practice with a quote by Viktor Frankl. He said that between the stimulus and the response, there's a space. And in that space is power. It's the power of choice. And he said, and that choice leads us to freedom and growth. Thank you for choosing freedom today. Freedom in your body, freedom in your mind. For making the good choices. For wonderful quantity and especially quality of life by keeping your spine healthy. You may stay like this in Shavasana if that serves you.